What's going on, guys? It's none other than your boy GS, and welcome back yet again for another Madden 13 NFL ranked match. And today we are going to try our very best to bring you guys some biblical New York Jets gameplay using, of course, none other than Timothy Tebow. And this was back when I was running the Denver triple bunch scheme out of the shotgun formation. And this scheme was built out of the screen package, because they have, you know, two screen plays out of the same formation without no adjusting of the receivers or anything like that. So I figured Tim Tebow will be good for this type of package, you know, keeping it short, throwing short screens, you know, a lot of drag routes. But yeah, as you see, my opponent selected the Saints, and that right there is a very tough matchup, just due to they have so many explosive offensive weapons. So, you know, I'm expected to have some troubles defensively, well, offensively as well, because Tim Tebow is my quarterback. He's not very accurate, as you guys know if you ever try playing with him. But, you know, as far as defense, you know, the one person I got to worry about in my eyes is Graham. The dude is a monster. He's a big target. He holds on to the ball very well, so I want to try and keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible. So that's my focal point on defense. Just worry about him. And, you know, I got two great corners on the outside as we end up getting beat deep for a streak for a touchdown. And that's another thing. They have receivers with speed. You know, Henderson's like, what, 97, 98. Moore's like a 93, 94. So they definitely have some quick receivers. And then you got Sproles, who's very fast as well. So, you know, a lot of things to worry about the Saints. You know, Drew Brees is one of the top quarterbacks in the game, so he could definitely, you know, pinpoint the throw. So offensively, again, our game plan is try to run the ball. You know, if we're not having success, you know, hopefully Tim Tebow can, you know, make accurate throws. That's the one big thing to worry about. Right there, we had a lot of running room, but we end up falling down due to the Infinity Engine. So right here, we need this to avoid a punt, and look who's wide open. Nobody. So Tim Tebow ends up taking off. And of course, when you run with Tebow, you don't really got to worry about diving or sliding or anything like that. The man definitely doesn't fumble like a quarterback should. You know, his carrying is very good. Look at Tim Tebow throwing dots to the outside with Santonio Holmes. We definitely have some offensive weapons, you know, ourselves. The only thing is that Tim Tebow, is he going to be accurate enough to give it to him? When you're playing with Tebow, there's things that you pretty much have to limit yourself to. Like, I'm going to try my best not to throw any posts or, you know, slants or anything like that, because he's not very accurate throwing at a you know, at an angle. You know, I want to keep everything close. You know, the farther they get away, the less accurate he becomes. So anything with the post where I have to throw towards an angle, you know, I'm going to try to avoid throwing. Right there, we get beat deep again with the streak. No, the reason why I'm not helping over the top is that I figured Cromartie is fast enough to keep up with whoever he has over there, but unfortunately we got burnt twice. So now we have to switch up our defensive mindset and figure, okay, we got to play with the linebacker, let the computer handle the deep zones, because we can't keep repeatedly getting beat by these streaks. So we end up holding him to a field goal, which is very good. That's a winning situation right there. So now we have an opportunity to tie this game. And also, we do get ball back at halftime, which is very crucial. So, again, we're back to the grind here. We're back to trying to, you know, figure out, are we going to be able to move the ball positively with Tebow? And as you can see, I'm keeping it short. I'm throwing a lot of drags, a lot of screens. To me, that's how I can best utilize him, is keeping the ball very short. And right there, we throw another dot to Santonio Holmes. Tim Tebow is definitely being very accurate. But as you can see, I don't think I've thrown a ball past 10 yards yet. You know, like I said, the further you go out, the less accurate he becomes. So you want to try to avoid that. You know, you want to play to his strengths. He has good throwing power. He has quick feet. And his short range is not that bad. You know, as long as you keep it short, he can definitely throw it accurate. Right here, we try to go for the screen. We're waiting, but our running back decides to block. We're running away. And the second, I mean, if you want to rewind that play, just look at it. Great awareness by the lineman right there. The second, the running back went away to actually run his route. So did the lineman. Followed them, and I didn't think that was going to happen, so I threw an interception. And unfortunately for us, that sucks, because he's in really good territory right here. And thankfully, we end up getting a stop. And I can definitely give kudos to my opponent. No weenie moves. He definitely has fourth down swag, and we appreciate that. Anytime we run up against somebody who plays, you know, the game of Madden and try to keep it, you know, how football's supposed to be played, it definitely makes it more enjoyable in my eyes. So, you know, we get ball back at halftime. So right now we're trying to put up any score that we can. Anything will help. You know, if we get a field goal or anything, that right there makes it a one-possession game. So we're just trying to sneak our way into field goal range. And again, as you see with Tebow, we're just trying to keep it short, throwing a lot of screens, throwing a lot of drag routes, trying to sneak some runs in. And, you know, again, we have to utilize him for his strength because, again, Tebow limits your offense somewhat. You know, there's certain routes that I do not want to throw because I don't think he has the accuracy to throw it. Right there, I thought we had him be on the streak. We lob it up there, but unfortunately we end up throwing another interception. So back-to-back turnovers on our end. As long as we can stop him from scoring here, we're still good. You know, we still get ball back at halftime, so we still have an opportunity to do some damage if we're able to score any type of point. So, as long as we stop them, and again, the Jets have two great cornerbacks in Revis and Cromartie. So, as long as the safeties play their zone, which you see, I'm definitely switching it up. You know, I don't want to get beat deep by the streets. We should be okay. So, you know, we got to keep our eyes on Green. There's just so many weapons on the Saints, man. They're definitely a good team. And as you see, this was before the overall update. They were 80 at this point. I think now they're 72 or, you know, something like that. So, with 6 seconds left, there's not much time to do anything. We end up throwing over the middle of the hill, try to get our way into field goal range. We had him, but he drops it. So, one play left. Again, we back up with Timothy Tebow. We end up throwing a screenplay, and we got some running room, but not enough to go ahead and make something happen. So, second half, we figure we got to change our game plan. We're throwing too much with Tebow. We're not running enough. So, my mindset into the second half was pound the rock. Let's run the ball. Let's see if we can expose the Saints, because I don't think they have that great of a run defense. So, I mean, they definitely got playmakers on defense, but I feel like I'm probably going to have more success running the ball than throwing with Tebow. So, I definitely passed a lot less this half than I did in the first half. So, again, we're back to the screens, keeping it short right here. We go to green, and we end up just sneaking over the first down mark. So, again, we're running the ball. We'll continue to run the ball right there. We actually get hit backfield. So, now we're pretty much forced to pass at this point. Then we get sacked. So, now it's 3rd and 23 back up, and we get sacked. Again, you know, we're looking, there's nobody open, we end up taking a sack. So now it's 4th and forever, so now we're forced to punt the ball. And if he ends up scoring, game is pretty much over at this point. You know, unfortunately, the Jets don't have the type of quarterback that I needed to run this Broncos scheme. You know, with the way when I was running it, outside of the screens, their routes are very, very deep. You know, a lot of posts, a lot of streaks. You know, they have the wide trail, you know, a lot of routes that develop way beyond, you know, 10 to 15 yards. And, you know, Tebow just doesn't have that accuracy. So I definitely have to change it up to fit his style. And right there, look at me bringing the lumber. Look at me. He came straight towards me with Landry. You know, that man is one hard-hitting safety. So we end up hit sticking, we get a fumble, and now we figure this is our opportunity to come back. You know, if we scored, I felt like game would have been over. So now we're back in this ball game due to Landry bringing the lumber. So now we have to score. This is a must-score situation. And look at Tim Tebow throwing dots on the post. That right there is one of the routes I was afraid of throwing because I felt like Tebow didn't have that accuracy to continuously throw accurately. And pretty much to my surprise, he threw that on the money. So now I feel a little bit more confident in opening up the playbook now that I've seen that he was able to throw that like a Peyton Manning throw. It was beautiful, right on the money. Right here, we end up catching Green on the streak. So 3rd and 1, we really, really need it. So we go to Holmes and we end up scoring a touchdown. So now it's a one-possession game. And now we feel like we're back in this ball game. Worst case scenario, we should give up a field goal, hopefully. You know, we don't want him to score, but if he does, we'll take him giving up a field goal because that allows us to take a lead if we end up scoring a touchdown of our own. So, as you see, he ends up killing a lot of clock here. If you notice the play clock, he calls it with, you know, a lot of time taken off. So, his style of game plan from this point on was basically kill the clock. But, you know, now we got him to 3rd and 11. This is a crucial down, and he ends up finding a receiver, but he drops it. So now it's 4th and 11. And we have an opportunity to take the lead. Even though we felt like we've definitely struggled on offense, but, you know, that's done with. We have a chance to take the lead. That's all that matters. So now we end up we go to Holmes on a drag route, and the middle's wide open. So we get pretty much in field goal range after that. So now no matter what, unless there's a turnover or a big sack, we should be able to tie the game at minimum. So right here on 2nd and 8, we're looking around. We back up deep in the pocket. We throw the screen route, and it's wide open. And we end up scoring a touchdown, and we end up taking the lead. So now it is up to our defense to win us this game. I feel like a stop should definitely give us the momentum to win this game, because we should be able to kill some clock with the lead and be okay. Right there, he goes over the middle, and he ends up finding a wide open receiver. So that right there definitely hurt for, just one play. You get so many yardage downfield. So right there, we end up getting a great sack, and now he's out of field goal, and he ended up testing Revis. Welcome to the island. And right there was a huge turn of events. Now we have an opportunity to just kill as much time as possible, hopefully get our way into field goal range, and we should be good. And look at those breaking tackles. So right now, again, now the roles have switched. Now we have a chance to kill the clock and bring this victory home. So right now we're backing up with T-Bone wide open. This shit completely wide open, and we end up scoring a touchdown. And now we feel like this game is absolutely over. We don't feel like there's enough time for him to come back and win. This 24-13. We have an 11-point lead with little over 2 minutes left. Well, little under 3 minutes, I should say. And no matter what, we should receive the ball back with the lead, even if he scores. So at this point, he's probably going to go for an onside kick if he does score. So we got to be prepared for that. And right there, deep over to the right, that right there definitely sucked for us. He got pretty much half field in one play. So we got to stop these big gains that he's getting. And right here, he's moving the ball with no issues whatsoever. And the very next play, he's looking wide open over the middle. He ends up finding a touchdown. And now it's back to a 4-point game, and he goes for the onside kick. And now this is where the meltdown happens. I played so conservatively, like my aggressiveness just went away. I pretty much called soft plays so I can waste the clock, kill the clock. And as you see, like the aggression that I had, that I was doing, I pretty much just let my foot off the gas and called offensive plays very stupidly. Right here, we end up going back to the screen, like 3 screens in a row. 4th and 4, we're at a position where we end up going for it just due to the fact that, we're definitely not in field goal range. Punting the ball to me didn't make sense. I felt like that first down would have won the game. So we went for it, but we don't get it. And right there, I'm questioning. I'm like, why didn't I, at least try running the ball, making better offensive play call selections? But nonetheless, as long as we stop him, we're okay. Stopping him wins us this ball game. So, he's out of timeouts. So all we got to do is stop him, and this game is ours. And our defense, for the most part, has been doing pretty good. But you see another big play downfield. He's been killing us with these huge offensive plays. And right here, he's standing in the pocket. He ends up going, and he finds the receiver wide open. He scores a touchdown. And right now, I'm thinking, I was up 11 points with a little less than 3 minutes left. How do we give up the lead? How do we give up 14 points in a matter of moments? But, again, that's out the window. If we score here, game is over. We got plenty of timeouts, so hopefully we can make something happen. But the problem is, Tipo, again, really isn't that accurate. So I'm a little worried about throwing deep passes. But at this point, I pretty much have to. So whatever happens, happens. So we're standing in the pocket, and we're looking. We go deep over to the left, and we throw an interception, and that'll end the game. We definitely blew it. We had a great opportunity to win this game. For the most part, to my surprise, Tebow was very, very accurate. He made great throws. But it just, when I had the ball, I just made very bad offensive decisions, and I definitely cost us this game. The Jets played well enough to win. I just didn't handle the situation right. That's the end of the ball game, guys. You can't win them all. I played very stupidly when I had the ball. That's what happens when your aggression that I should have played with went away. As always, it's your boy GS signing out. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter if you're not already. It's your boy GS signing out. Peace. Give it to me, baby.